All right, guys, it's 2K day. You know what that means. 2K22 is out. Dropping the first build video today. Next gen, one thing about this builder, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I've already made a few builds, but this is the first one I'm bringing to you. This is going to be my main build for the year, I think. You know, that always changes, but this is the one I'm going to rock with from the start. Because the builder is much more well-rounded, this year, I think centers and big centers are going to be back in style. Last year, it was all about the small ball. I think this year, you're going to see some big centers dominating. So I'm going to go with center. I'm going to go 7-1 because that gives me a little bit of speed. Going to go 250. Now, one thing I want you to see, if you drop the weight, you lose rebounding. 249 is the lowest you can get without losing rebounding and without losing speed. So we're going to go 250. 7'7" wingspan. Now you can go shorter. Again, you're going to lose rebounding. You gain some three-point shooting, but you literally lose rebounding. So we're going to go 7'7". It's the smallest wingspan you can have and still get 99 rebounding at this height. So we're going to go that. They did, unfortunately, take out Burley, so we're going to have to go defined on this one. So let's get into these attribute points. You're going to have a 99 close shot. Only at 60 driving dunk, but remember this, you're not going to be driving. You're not going to have you don't have a high ball handling attribute. So basically, you're going to, you know, pick and roll, and these both come into account. Plus, you are going to have Hall of Fame posterizer, so you'll be able to dunk on people. 84 post control. If you go down one, you lose. Post spin at gold, and I want that at gold, or post spin at Hall of Fame, I want that at Hall of Fame. 80 post fade, 78 or 80 mid range, 78 three pointer. You can hit with that in this game. Mike Wang has said that you can have lower 3-point percentages and still hit consistently. Now, you shouldn't be expecting with this build to be shooting 10 threes a game. A couple threes a game, space the floor. You know, you have a really good post hook, a really good hook shot, post up a few times. You know, this build is very much a defensive build, very much a paint beast, if you will, and it's definitely built to be not a role player, but definitely built to be a defensive stopper, block shots, rebound, things like that. You can help offensively. If your guy's sagging off you, you can definitely hit a three. 54 pass accuracy. We have to do that to unlock certain badges, like post playmaker needs a 54 to unlock. That's why we went to 54. Bullet passer, break starter. You're going to say, hey, but T-Bird, you only have 2 pass accuracy or 2 playmaking badges. Why is that? Well, you can actually get more bonus badge points by going to college this year. And the college I'm going to choose is going to give me more playmaking points. So I should end up with 5. Just a little tip. This game is very layered, and there's a lot of things you can do. Let's go down to defense. I think an 80 interior defense is really, really needed for this build. Now, you're going to be running into bigger centers this year, and you're not going to want to get bullied. That's why I have an 80 strength, too. We don't put anything into perimeter defense. In the past 2Ks, perimeter defense is really only engaged when you're holding down the right trigger and in a defensive position. You should not be getting switched on to guards too much here, but if you are, do not get in a defensive posture and just run after them. With your long wingspan, you're going to be able to block their shots, okay? I know you see that and it makes you nervous. Remember, last year, a ton of guards didn't have any perimeter defense. It's overrated. It's more important this year, but not for this build, okay? I may end up being wrong on that, and if I am, it's my money I'll have to eat, but for right now, this is what I think the best build is. At a 60, you get a silver interceptor. Drop down 1, you don't, and you want that. That's pretty much the best badge you can have as a big, because when they're throwing passes down low, you can just snag them. 99 block. I always put this at a 90, and the reason for that is if you're playing a 5-out offense, you're not going to be getting a ton of offensive rebound chances. You still want it high so you can get them when you have the chance, but I think it's a waste of badge points to put it at 99, but that obviously is at 99. So that's what the build looks like. Again, I think this is a very comp center build for Pro-Am. I do not think this is a good build for Park. I think you could make it work for Park, and it's just because he's kind of slow. Park tends to be built for faster players. But let's get into the takeovers. With this build, you get your shot takeover, you get your interior defense takeover, and you get your glass cleaning takeover, and you get your post moves takeover. So I always like advanced post moves. I think it's really good. Power back down is really good too. And then we'll go with spot up. And what's that going to make? That is going to make the Versatile Paint Beast. Now, I love that name. I think that name is amazing, the Versatile Paint Beast. That paint is yours. Look at the comparisons. Mutombo, you're blocking shots. Nurkic, you can shoot the three, and you can do a few things, pass out of the post. And Jonas Valanciunas, same thing, can stretch the floor. This is a really good build for next gen, and I really think it's what's going to be the wave. If you like this kind of content, please drop a like, please subscribe. I'll be back in a few days with another build, and let's grind, guys.